Hi everyone, welcome to the new episode of Peter's English podcast. In this episode, I want to share with you how Microsoft Copilot has translated my Slovak version of my stories into English version, because I was using Microsoft Copilot for translating my Slovak sentences into English, and I want to share with you why Microsoft Copilot has used this kind of English grammar and vocabulary, and Microsoft Copilot will show you will show me, not you but me, will show me everything about translating, and I want to read you, and we can start. I'm going to write Microsoft Copilot. I'm streaming and recording on my YouTube channel. We can start with the explaining of my last fairy tale, jealousy in the Shadowlands. And now we we can okay. Absolutely, Peter. Your life on air and casting spells of storytelling magic. Let's open the chapter of your fairy tale Jealousy in the Shadowlands like true gothic narrators. Here a structured intro you can read. No. I don't want to read something. Let's talk language English translation choices. You can explain on stream how Copilot helped you translate. Okay. People, I was simply using Microsoft Copilot for translating, and we can start with my last story. Where is this? Here. Okay, we can okay, we can use this kind of story. Wait a minute, I have to prepare it. This copy. Explain the grammar and English vocabulary used of this first part of the story. I'm reading it. Okay. I sent it the first part of my last story, Jealousy in the Shadowlands, the English version, and this is the answer of Microsoft Copilot. You got it, Peter. Let's unpack the grammar and vocabulary from this cheeky, mysterious segment of your fairy tale. It's full of natural dialogue, fun idioms, and emotionally expressive grammar. Here's how it's built. Expression: craving silly things, meaning wanting something playful or odd. use in context, implying Peter might desire something unusual. Expression, don't look at me like a calf and paint at painted gaze. A Slovak idiom translated in English means looking confused or innocent. Adds, using context, adds cultural flavor. Silence speaks volumes. That means saying nothing often reveals the truth. Context, Peter's silence is more revealing than words. The next sentence is, I could have opened a business. Hypothetical past idea. Implies Viera finds Peter's habits profitable. I'll fulfill everything you wish for. Promise. Using future tense with emotional impact. Builds suspense and seduction. Grammar breakdown. The first is reported speech and dialogue. Peter replied, Viera grumbled. Verbs like replied, grumbled, laughed, smiled, showed tone and attitude. Punctuation in direct speech keeps it natural and flowing. The second is past tense narrative. Peter completely read, preferred not to say anything, Viera sensed. All main actions use past simple, which is typical for storytelling. Past simple anchors the events clearly in time. The third is modal verbs and hypotheticals. I could have opened a business. You don't have to be ashamed. Could have expressed an unrealized possibility. Don't have to show advice or encouragement using present tense modal. The fourth is conditional promise. Next time I'll steal something from you. This is first conditional if plus future, showing intention and playful trait. Mixed emotion clauses. I know all about your cravings. I can feel your desires. Combines present simple no with present continuous feeling. Can feel emphasizing Viera's awareness. Bonus tail note. Viera's speech is seductive and teasing, while Peter's responses are modest and defensive. The contrast is created through vocabulary like blushing, preferred not to say versus I like your desires. I'll fulfill your wishes. The tone switches between humorous, mysterious and slightly romantic rate blend for a gothic episode. Would you like me to turn into a mini podcast explainer script or add the Slovak comparison? Yes, we can do. You can do it. Do a Slovak comparison. Absolutely, Peter. Let's break down your hilarious and mysterious fairy tale segment by comparing the English and Slovak versions. I'll highlight grammar, idioms, and vocabulary choices that keep the tone playful and emotionally rich. English versus Slovak comparisons. Line in English, Slovak translation, and notes. Peter, where's my underwear? Slovak translation. Peter, kde sú moje nohavičky? Notes. Direct questions with informal possessive. Are you craving silly things again? Zasa túžiš po hlúpostiach. Word craving translates to túžiť, expresses desire humorously. Don't look at me like a calf at painted gates. Nepozeraj sa na mňa ako teľa na maľované dvere, alebo vrátka. Slovak idiom preserved adds authentic cultural flavor. Silence speaks volumes. Ticho hovorí za všetko. Emotional phrase, abstract idea. Conveyed naturally in both languages. I could have opened a business. Mohla som si už dávno otvoriť biznis. Modal verb could have. Mohla som express regretful humor. I'll fulfill everything you wish for. Splní ti všetko, po čom túžiš. Future tense promise with seductive tone. Grammar comparison. Past tense, simple narrative. English. Peter preferred not to say anything. Slovak. Peter radšej nič nepovedal. Explanation. Storytelling uses past simple in both languages. That means that stories using past simple for storytelling. Modal verbs, possibility and advice. You don't have to be ashamed. Nemusíš sa hanbiť. Model structures, caring, emotion and resource. First conditional future actions. Next time I'll steal something. Na budúce ti niečo ukradnem. Playful, freed in future tense, same use in both languages. Present continuous for perception. I can feel your desires. Cítim tvoje túžby. Slovak often uses present simple instead of continuous. Aha. Final thought. You translated the tone brilliantly, preserving to humor, sensuality and playful mystery of the original Slovak version. With items like namaľované dvere, modal verbs and emotionally charged lines, the story keeps its soul in both languages. Oh, thank you. Want to do some kind of comparison for the next paragraph and or maybe turn this into language learning segment for your podcast? Okay, we can continue. This is the second. No. Again. Copy. Okay, I send it right now. Wait a minute, people. Okay. I'm going to read you. I sent the next chapter of my new story, and here is the answer. Here is the answer and the explanation of grammar structure of my last story. Of the second paragraph of my last story. Peter, this segment is dripping with mood and mystery like a romantic thrill draped in gothic folk. Let's break down the English vocabulary and grammar choices that gives this party its emotional intensity, dramatic tone and natural dialogue. Grammar breakdown. First, direct speech and punctuation. Peter, why are you so restless today? I can't help it, but someone is watching us. Use of explanation marks heightens emotion. Natural flow of dialogue punctuation keeps it vivid and conversational. The second thing is present continuous plus adverbs. Why are you so restless today? Present continuous. Temporary state are being restless. Combined with today emphasizes that something feels different now. The third option is modal verbs for possibility. Am I not dressed beautifully enough? Someone is watching us. Am I not polite? Uncertain question. The verb could have is implied in otherwise. We'd be putting on a show. Conditional tone. The fourth option is past simple for description. Peter was always afraid. Her vampiric beauty gave him chills. Past simple is used for general truths or ongoing habits in storytelling. Adds a narrator's voice with emotional context. And now vocabulary gems and phrases. Restless. Uneasy, unable to relax. Sets emotional tone. We'd be putting on a show. Implies romantic drama. Idiomatic playful phrases. Someone is watching us. Paranoia, tension, builds suspense. Vampiric beauty. Magical plus mysterious attraction. Unique adjective to match tone. Gave him chills. Made him feel cold or nervous. Strong imaginary common in horror or romance. Strange presence. An invisible or eerie feeling. Builds atmosphere and plot tension. Stylistic strength. Contrast between playful flirting and airy fare sets the scene for gothic drama. Viera's confident tone versus Peter's nervous energy creates character tension. Midnight Park setting adds cinematic vibes, darkness plus romance plus supernatural suspense. Want me to translate this into Slovak with emotional fidelity or prep a segment where we compare idioms between the two languages? We can compare the Slovak version with English version of it. Let's dive into it, Peter. We'll compare your Slovak fairy tale paragraph to its English translation, analyzing the vocabulary, grammar, and stylistic choices. It's a fantastic exercise in bilingual storytelling, and your dialogue is loaded with emotion, playfulness, and suspense. Here's how to stack up. Dialogue comparison Slovak versus English. Slovak originál. Peter, prečo si dnes taký nepokojný? Počkaj, uhádnem. Peter, why are you so restless today? Wait, I'll guess. The word nepokojný becomes restless. Natural emotion adjective in English. Nie som oblečená dostatočne krásne alebo vážne? Nie som dostatočne oblečená? Am I not dressed beautifully enough or am I seriously not dressed enough? Repetition and rhetorical structure kept for dramatic effect. Inak by sme tu už predvádzali show. Otherwise, we'd be putting on a show here already. Fun idiom in both versions. Predvádzať show translates smoothly. Zranil ťa dnes niekto? Has someone perhaps hurt you? Zranil becomes hurt. Strength forward verb keeps emotional weight. Nemôžem si pomôcť, niekto nasleduje. I can't help it, but someone is watching us. Phrase nemôžem si pomôcť becomes the colloquial I can't help it. Neboj sa, nikto sa o nás nezaujíma. Don't worry, no one is interested in us. Translates smoothly tone of reassurance preserved. Aj keby áno, budeme musieť riešiť so mnou. And even if they were, they'd have to deal with me. Future obligation. Express with deal with me slightly more assertive tone in English. Boskaj ma. No, kiss me. Command keep identical in emotion now adds urgency. Narrative comparison. Peter sa bál byť s Vierou o polnoci o samote. Peter was always afraid to be alone with Viera at midnight. Observations. Past simple used for habitual fear, same grammar structure. Jej vampírska krása mu naháňala zimomriavky. Her vampiric beauty gave him chills. Zimomriavky becomes chills, common expression in English for mystery or fear. Cítil dnes čudnú prítomnosť a mal pravdu. Today, however, he felt a strange presence and he was right. Simple punchy sentence builds suspense and wraps the scene with clarify. Language power-ups. Tense harmony. Both versions mostly use past simple for storytelling clarity and present for dialogue, stylistic tone. English version preserves Viera's sass, Peter's anxiety and the spooky ambience. Cultural adaptation. Slovak idioms and sentence flow are softened into natural sounding English without losing personality. Want me to turn the next part of your fairy tale into another beautiful bilingual breakdown or build a segment for your podcast? What? I don't know, people. I have an idea. Don't continue. In the end of the episode, create a funny short story about how was Viera fighting with the no. How was Viera? Look, how can I tell it? How was Viera going? How was Viera acting? No. How was Viera traveling to the vacation? Use the scene in the airport. And now, people, I wanted to show you how a chatbot can create their own story, and I want to we can start. Absolutely, Peter. Let's wrap up your podcast episode with a hilarious mini story of how Viera the vampire girl went on vacation and absolutely did not do things the normal way. Here comes the tale from the terminal gates. This story is created by Microsoft Copilot. I'm going to read you. Terminal Transylvania. Viera goes on holiday. Viera the vampire girl arrived at the airport at exactly midnight, which she believed was peak daylight avoidance time. Wearing oversized sunglasses, a gothic hoodie and suspiciously pale foundation, she rolled up to the check-in desk with a suitcase made of coffin wood. Destination? Asked the agent, barely looking up. Anywhere with no garlic festivals, Viera smirked. Security was a challenge. Her bag was flagged for containing 3 vials of bad scented parfum, a silver-free mirror, one live talking diary that refused to go through the scanner. Ma'am, we need you to remove your cloak, said the guard. I'd rather evaporate, she replied. While waiting to board, Viera tried blending in by sipping tomato juice and muttering phrases like, I'm just a night shift flight attendant. Unfortunately, her fang polish began glowing under the terminal lights, and someone yelled, is that a vampire or a celebrity influencer? On the plane, she requested a window seat. With the windows shade sealed shut permanently. Are you flying to pleasure or business? Asked her neighbor. Revenge, she said sweetly. By the time Viera landed, the sun was rising. She hissed gently and pulled out an umbrella the size of a parachute. Vacation had officially begun. This was, people, the story created by Microsoft Copilot. Yes, it's this story looks good, but I think the human stories are better. What do you think? You can write me. And what in the end? In this episode, we were talking with Microsoft Copilot about grammar structure of my last fairy tale, Jealousy in the Shadowlands. That is the chapter 25 of Viera the Vampire Girl Diary. And what in the end, you can follow me, write me, and yes, of course, this kind of episodes are about how to work with and have fun with Microsoft Copilot. And yes, of course, I wanted to know. I wanted to know the grammar explanation, why English grammar, why Microsoft Copilot has used this kind of English grammar because I was only writing the Slovak version, but I think this is the best kind of writing for me because I can write the Slovak sentences to Microsoft Copilot and he can translate it into natural spoken and grammatically correct English, and then I can ask Microsoft Copilot why he has used this kind of English vocabulary, and I can write this kind of English vocabulary. What else? I want to continue with streaming and recording the new episodes of my Peter's English podcast because I like podcasting and I like doing my Peter's English podcast because I like learning English and doing my podcast. It's my hobby and I want to share with you how to learn English with AI chatbots, and we can chat with AI chatbots about every topic that is interesting for you because learning English has to be interesting. And what else? We can end these live episodes. And I don't know if I want to continue with this grammar part, but we'll see. We'll see. And yes, wait a minute. I think we have Gemini AI version of the all. Yes, here is. Yes. Now, people, at the end, I want to read you the grammatical analysis of my last story, Jealousy in the Shadowlands. It was created by Gemini AI. We can start. Your story employs a variety of grammatical structures that contribute to its engaging and dynamic narrative. Consistent narrative tenses, past simple and past continuous. The main narration of the story consistently uses the past simple tenses tends to describe actions that happened and were completed in the past. This provides a clear timeline of events. Examples: Viera grumbled, Peter replied, Viera laughed, she took a breath, he came here. The past continuous tense is also used effectively to describe ongoing actions that were in progress at a specific time in the past, often interrupted by or co-occurring with other past simple actions. Examples: Peter was always afraid to be with Viera alone. Viera was waiting like a cow. Thor was already waiting. Second is varied sentence structures. The story uses a good mix of simple, compound, and complex sentences which helps maintain reader engagement and reflects natural storytelling. Simple sentences for directness, impact. Nothing remained but bare stone walls. Viera came to shock and ate the dangerous werewolves. Compound sentences connecting related ideas. He adored beautiful women, but saw most as servants to serve men. Uses an M- for connection. Peter screamed with rage, throwing like mad, only now realizing the massive mistake he'd made. Complex sentences showing relationships between ideas. Peter was very surprised that from now on he would be working solely with his girlfriend Viera in one office as her personal assistant. Uses a subordinate clause starting with that. When the storm passed, the family returned to witness the carnage. Use a subordinate clause starting with when. Effective use of dialogue punctuation. The punctuation for dialogue is consistently applied according to standard English conversions. Question marks. All spoken words are enclosed in double question marks. Wait a minute. There's a lot of things to. no, wait a minute. Punctuation, no, this is not important. Adjectives and adverbs for vivid description. The story effectively uses a wide range of adjectives and adverbs to provide a descriptive detail enriching the reader's experience. Oh, that's interesting. Pronouns clarity. We can skip it. Contraction in dialogue, we can skip it. Okay, that's it, people. That's it. I wanted to show you that AI chatbots can be a good helper of analyzing the English translation, and it can really easily translate Slovak version to English version, and you can learn English vocabulary from it, and how to translate the Slovak version into English version. And in the end, I want to tell you that creating your own English stories can really help you with your writing in English. I really recommend you, and it can be really fun, because learning English has to be fun. Thank you for watching, thank you for listening, and I want to tell you bye bye next time. Don't forget to follow me and write me. Bye bye.